You have spent most of your time traveling around the world, talking with leaders and with many people from all over this planet. 2 days ago you were in Jerusalem, yesterday you were in New York, tomorrow you're going to be in New York, etc., etc., etc. What lessons we Latin Americans can learn from other latitudes, from other parts of the world to promote citizenship and bring prosperity to our countries? What about the world are we Latin Americans most unaware of?
Right, here's the thing I've learned most since leaving office, and it's a bit frustrating because I would have preferred to have known this when I was in office. And you know, I was telling you about my first day as Prime Minister, but in my last day, the problem is that you begin as a leader at your least capable and most popular. And then you end at your most capable and least popular. And so, you know, I learned a lot of my 10 years as Prime Minister, and then I've learned a lot since. And the thing that I've learned that is most interesting is that the challenges countries face today are not really all that different. Everyone thinks it's different. You know, I can't tell you the number of countries I go to, the leader says to me, yeah, my country's very different. Similarly, so we got big problems of security, education reform, you know, how we get the right type of business environment, how we get people to pay their tax, you know. And you say, no, this is common. And here is the good news. Actually, there are lessons to be learned from around the world. So if you look at education today, there are definite lessons of education reform to be learned around the world. Definitely. And one of them, by the way, is that you've got to run your education system for the pupils, the students, and the parents. And the people who work in the education system are very important, but they shouldn't determine the policy. So you've got to... One of the problems that you have around the world today is how you change those education systems. But so the good news is there are lessons as to what works. Right? If you want good business investment in your country, it's very simple. You have predictable rules, proper rule of law, etc. The bad news is it's very hard to do it. Okay? But actually, the sensible thing for any country today is to look around the world and learn. Because there's lots that you can learn. And somewhere, someone's doing it right. So you should see what you can learn and do it like that. But you know, these systems that governments create, they now have to change quite rapidly to be effective. And the good news, as I say, is you can see what should be done. The challenge is doing it.
I believe that it was Bill Clinton who said, for every problem in the world, there is a solution in some place of the world, some other place of the world. Do you believe, as you mentioned, that's true? And you are a very good friend of Bill Clinton. You have last night dinner with him.
Yeah.
Are you a very good friend also of George W. Bush?
Yep.
Oh. Let me continue.
Obama?
Gordon Brown?
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Keep asking me these questions. I'll be